Well, these spaces in particular are more affordable in-city living than you would find anywhere else. We call them mini suites.
My name is Josh Bourne. I work for Microsoft.
My name is Ariana Marr. I work as a contract employee with Nintendo of America.
My name is Derek Stratton. I live in a mini suite and I'm a geochemist by trade.
These mini suite buildings are something that people do take immediate alarm at.
Not knowing really what was going to happen.
You only have pedophiles and felons and criminals living in our buildings.
Even in my mind, the first concern was like, why is this place so cheap? Like, is it gonna be safe? And then when I saw it, I was like, this is unbelievable.
I've yet to meet anyone weird. I'll keep you updated, but I haven't met anyone weird.
The nonprofit sector is actually, in some ways, attacking us, saying we're not doing social justice because people deserve more square footage than we're delivering to them.
I'm 22 years old. I don't need a house. I don't need a huge apartment. I don't, throw big parties that I need people to have a lot of space for. So I think that people my age and younger are starting to realize that you don't need all those big spaces, and maybe until you do have a family, and even then a lot of this stuff is a lot more than you would need.
I live in very simple means, but I'm pretty happy.
Things that were valuable to my generation are simply not to theirs. On the other hand, they don't consider themselves deprived. They consider themselves having a much more vibrant and active life.
I walk everywhere out here.
I generally bike to work.
Now I'm 29 and I don't have a license.
Being calm instead of like being stuck in traffic and being really annoyed because you can't do anything else. Well, if I was going to take my previous lifestyle and move it here, I'd probably be saving about $600 a month, which is substantial. Now I can put that towards leisurely activities, going out with friends, rather than being really stressed that I'm spending half of my salary on rent.
The more things you have, the more things you have tying you down. If you have car loans, it ties you down. If you have a mortgage to pay, that's a huge thing to tie you down. For me, I have student loan debt, and my goal in life is to get rid of it. So if I save and save and save and I don't buy too much stuff, then I can pay off my student loan debt, and then I can choose anything else to do.
One of the biggest things is that we're in cities that are in high demand for affordable living, for that matter. For anybody, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor.
I could afford to live in a more expensive place, but why would I when I can save a lot of money this way?
Even if I was making, 6 figures, I might just stay here because, it's not extra expenses and I'm comfortable.
Some of our residents, make just well over $100,000. And when I asked them why they stay there, they just said that's all they need.
I talked to her recently and it's like relief. I don't have acreage to take care of. I don't have a gazillion square foot house to take care of. It's simplified their life.
I guess the, negative perspective is just a lack of, knowledge. I mean, they haven't seen the apartments. They haven't met the people here.
It's kind of interesting to see how neighborhoods react, because their first reaction is, wow, there's a whole bunch of people coming. And then the next reaction after it's been built is usually, this is remarkably quiet and it doesn't seem to be causing much problems, and maybe these are just fine neighbors.
The neighbors start referring their friends to live in our building, and it becomes just part of a neighborhood like every other neighborhood.
Change is a little bit scary to all of us, and we all are nervous, particularly if you feel like you're pretty comfortable in the place where you are. But if you work with people and help them to see what the benefits might be, what the positives might be of this change, eventually most people wind up kind of saying, okay, well, if you can tell me these benefits, maybe it's going to be okay.
All in all, it's been successful and it's been embraced by the community.
So mini suites become attractive because you're not driving that far away and you have a smaller space and you have no maintenance.
I think you have a higher quality of life for them, and you add a vibrancy to our downtown that we didn't have before.
I think status is more about the neighborhood you live in now. If your neighborhood is dynamic and lively, that's better than living on the edge of town where you have to walk 2 miles to the grocery store, it's boring, and so your friends don't want to visit you.
The truth is that there are lots of policy reasons to pursue this, and there are different policy reasons that appeal to both Democrats and Republicans. I've seen it in the legislature. I see no reason for it not to go forward. So we can bring both Democrats and Republicans together behind this concept, then we've got something really cool.